Hello, I'm Alice, and today we're reading from John chapter 4, and this is called the Samaritan Woman, or the Woman at the Well. So I'm going to start at around verse 7. It says, "A woman of Samaria came to draw water, and Jesus said to her, 'Give me a drink,' for his disciples had gone away into the city to buy food. Then the woman of Samaria said to him, 'How is it that you, being a Jew, ask a drink from me, a Samaritan woman? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans.' Jesus answered and said to her, 'If you knew the gift of God and who it is who says to you, "Give me a drink," you would have asked him and he would have given you living water.'" Well, she didn't ask for living water. She didn't even know what he was talking about. She wanted fresh water, H2O. The woman said to him, "Sir, you have nothing to draw with and the well is deep. Where then do you get that living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself, as well as his sons and his livestock?" Jesus answered and said to her, "Whoever drinks of this water will thirst again. But whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him will never thirst. But the water that I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water, springing up into everlasting life." Well, here again, she wasn't asking for everlasting life. She wasn't really asking for anything. Jesus asked her for water, and she was just trying to figure out who in the world this guy was, because he wasn't supposed to speak to a woman, let alone a Samaritan woman. But he is speaking to her, and she finds that interesting. The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water that I may not thirst, nor come here to draw." Do you know why she didn't want to go there to draw? This is the water that the village women went to get their water for the day. And they would go early in the morning when it was cool, before it got hot. Well, she wasn't there early in the morning. She was there by herself, and she was there later in the day when it was hot. The reason she didn't go with the rest of the women early in the morning was that she was pretty much the town prostitute or the town slut, really. I mean, she slept around. She had 5 husbands, and she even had a guy now. He wasn't her husband, and she was sleeping with a lot of different guys. And the other women, didn't want her sleeping with their husbands, so they didn't even want her around them. So they didn't let her come, and she didn't want to come. So she came later in the day. It was hot. She had to get the water. She didn't want to. And Jesus is offering her living water, and she's going, well, maybe I should take him up on this. Maybe there's something here. So then Jesus says to her, "Go, call your husband and come here." The woman answered and said to him, "I have no husband." Jesus said to her, "You have well said, 'I have no husband.' For you have had 5 husbands, and the one whom you now have is not your husband, and that you spoke truly." The woman said to him, "Sir, I perceive that you are a prophet. Our fathers worshipped on this mountain, and you Jews say that in Jerusalem is the place where one ought to worship." Jesus is giving her some profound insight into her life. That how was he supposed to know how many husbands that she had, and that the guy she was living with now wasn't her? How would he have known that? Well, he knew it because he's Jesus. He's God. And so she gets a little scared. So what does she do? Change the subject. Let's talk about the well. Let's talk about worshiping in Jerusalem. Let's not talk about me. Let's not talk about the fact that I have had a lot of husbands, and the guy I'm with now isn't even my husband. Let's not talk about that. She didn't understand that Jesus was offering her forgiveness, healing, compassion, love, mercy. He was offering her living water, and she didn't get it because she was too humiliated about her life. She was a sinner, and Jesus knew it. But Jesus reached out to her because she was a sinner. He reaches out to us because we're sinners. We think we're any better than her? Nope, we're sinners, and a sin is a sin.